Today we're talking about how to get started with investing and where I would put my money if I was just getting started. Hello and welcome to our modern money journey. Just a brief reminder that I am not a licensed professional. This is not investment advice. This is for entertainment purposes only. Hi, I'm Joe with our modern money journey. If you're new to the channel, make sure to hit that subscribe button. And everyone, please make sure to hit that like button. The YouTube algorithm appreciates it, and so do we. Thanks. So to get started with investing, you simply need two things. One, money, and two, a way to interact with the markets. We've covered these in a lot of our educational adventure series, but just a refresher, if you want to buy stocks or ETFs, you need a brokerage account like Webull or Robinhood. Links in the description down below. If you want to buy cryptocurrencies, you need a cryptocurrency exchange account like Binance or Coinbase. Links in the description down below. And if you want to purchase commodities in the physical form, you need to know a dealer. So, now that we've talked about how that you actually, interact with the markets, if you need more detail, go back and watch the educational adventures. You'll set up a brokerage account, you'll set up a cryptocurrency exchange account, you'll set up an account with a dealer if they require you. Sometimes you can just go give them cash and they'll give you the commodity in hand, whatever one you want. And once you've set up your account, you're ready to start making purchases. So, we're on to the money part. A lot of people have this misconception that you need a lot of money to begin investing. This simply isn't true. On Robinhood, you can begin investing with as little as $1, thanks to commission-free trades and fractional shares, where you can buy a portion of a share of a company. But I don't recommend getting started with as little as $1. I recommend getting started with something a little bit more substantial, say like $100 or $500 or maybe even $1,000. When I first started out, I put in $100, and then a couple months later I put in another $100. And the key is to consistently keep putting in more money over time. So if I was just getting started today with say $100 or $500 or $1,000, where would I put my money? Well, let's talk about that, because it would actually be a little bit different in each of the three scenarios. So if I was getting started with investing today and I only had $100 to put in my account, I would probably search for a dividend yielding ETF. I personally would probably go for PowerShares S&P 500 High Dividend Low Volatility ETF. It's about $30 a share, so I'd be able to get a little bit over 3 shares of it using the fractional shares option on Robinhood. And that way I would have something that's somewhat safe, automatically diversified, and paying me a dividend. This is actually the ETF that we purchased on our investment fund adventure in the educational adventure series. It's a pretty common ETF for dividend investors. Now, if I was just getting started with investing and I had $500, I would take a slightly different approach. Instead of putting all my money into an ETF, a single ETF that created dividends, I would diversify amongst several companies, individual companies that pay dividend, that I also feel have decent growth potential over the foreseeable future. So I would take $100, so buy 5 different companies. I would take $100 into each, and I would be buying companies like AT&T, Seagate Technologies, Intel, General Dynamics, AbbVie, possibly real estate trusts like medical property trusts, things of that nature. I believe having 5 well-diversified companies that are purchased at a decent value would be a great method for getting started with investing if you only had $500 at this time. That's what I would personally do. So if I was getting started with $1,000 at this moment, I would actually do exactly what I did with the $500. I would buy 5 companies, $100 each, of dividend yielding companies, something that's going to be paying me some dividends so that I have some cash flow into my portfolio. And then I would take another $250 and buy physical silver. Buy literally physical bars of silver. Then with the remainder of the money, the remaining $250, I would buy Bitcoin on a cryptocurrency exchange like Coinbase or Binance, and then, promptly get it off the exchange and put it in a hardware wallet or a private wallet so that it's not stored on the exchange. Purchasing this physical silver and this Bitcoin, in addition to the 5 dividend generating stocks, further helps diversify our portfolio and just diversify our total holdings. So instead of just holding stocks, we now have a physical asset that we can store in our house with us. We have stocks that are going to be stored in our brokerage accounts, and then we have cryptocurrency that's stored in our cryptocurrency account. Now, I just want to remind all you guys, this is no way any advice on what you should be doing. Like I said, this is what I would do if I was getting started today, and that's how much money I had. If I had $100, I'd put it all into a dividend yielding ETF. If I had $500, I would diversify it amongst 5 different dividend yielding companies. And if I had $1,000, I'd still buy $100 worth of 5 different dividend yielding companies and then put $250 into silver and $250 into Bitcoin. That's what I would do. That's not what you should do. You should do what works for you. All right, all you bulls and bears, I'll see you next time.